If you guys watched last week's SmackDown, you probably noticed something weird going on. Well, you probably didn't notice anything, that's kinda the whole point. Fox censored the crap out of that show. You guys know, middle finger is a big no-no. Not necessarily new in the WWE. Now, I know you might disagree. What's the big deal, Great One? It's a finger. Yeah, you don't understand. You don't understand. If I see a middle finger on my television, and if someone says a bad word, my mom is gonna unplug my PlayStation and feed me carrots for a week. Not good. Save us, Netflix. Also, we're gonna talk about some superstars leaving WWE, Rhea Ripley, AW rating response, future WWE pay-per-views, and WWE had a different name for Jacob Fatu. Yeah, you guessed it. He was supposed to be called Jacob Fat. That was such a dumb joke, but I could definitely see it in Vince McMahon's era. Our boy was literally called Shorty G. Beaver cleavage. Well, anyway, roll the intro.
I'm hurt and I'm old.
And I'm coming hard.
You perv. Farming is gambling.
Mama Rose!
Trash.
Daddy's back.
Go yourself.
Acknowledge me!
Welcome back, everybody, to Greatness of Wrestling, your favorite WWE internet show where we talk about the latest WWE's news and rumors. I want to talk about SmackDown. If you watched the show, and if you watched the original Fox version, you probably noticed a lot of cuts, black screens, so you missed a lot. Not something important, but you definitely missed a lot, and that's been happening for such a long time in the WWE, especially whenever The Rock talked. And to me, personally, ladies and gentlemen, people of all ages, if you censor The Rock, I have a problem. I do have a problem. So, according to Wrestling Observer, Fox has decided to cut down on anything deemed offensive, which is why there were so many cuts and black screens during SmackDown last week. Others have said people in WWE were not very happy about it. Okay, so what was actually censored? By the way, nobody is pointing with a laser at my forehead. This is just a gigantic pimple. This includes a young fan flipping off Nia Jax. Now, that's where I draw the line. If somebody flips off Nia Jax, let him flip off Nia Jax. I'll do it myself. You know, respect to the young fan, by the way. Now, this is where I draw the line. You can censor all the F-bombs, whatever you want. I don't care. The moment somebody tries to censor somebody flipping off Nia Jax, that's where I draw the line. People flipping off Nia Jax is freedom of speech. It also includes fans chanting F the Pacers. Did I call them Packers in my previous video? Now, I understand. I get it. Isn't that a little too much? For example, the middle finger. That's the one I don't understand. It's not like everybody is going to see that anyway. It's a finger. It's a finger! In all seriousness, I get it. I just feel like it's kinda too much in a way, because at the end of the day, WWE could have done a lot more. Like, seriously, they were TVG basically for like the past 20 years. And I'm talking about this because I'm so excited about the WWE's Netflix deal, especially for someone like me, so let me explain. For you Americans, which is majority of my audience, I apologize, but you're getting Raw on Netflix, pay-per-views on Peacock, and SmackDown is, I think, moving to USA Network. I could be wrong. Now, us Europeans, people from UK, we're getting something different, which is basically Netflix having Raw, SmackDown, NXT, every WWE pay-per-view, so I'm so excited about that. If I want to watch WWE right now, except for the pay-per-views, I gotta find ways. You know what I'm talking about. The biggest takeaway right here being is that Triple H talked about how WWE and Netflix is going to be a lot different. He said a move to Netflix will help with WWE censorship issues. May not seem like that big of a deal, but people, we are literally living in a world where a holy shit chant is getting censored. No audio, sometimes not even a video. I can't read from the goddamn lips. I feel like it's that one final touch WWE desperately needs. And look, people, maybe it's just me, you know, because I personally never thought that censoring words on television, middle fingers or anything, I don't really think that kind of stuff really has that big of an effect on people. On younger people, of course. I don't know. I never thought it's that big of a deal. I always looked at it this way. It's good to know all the bad words, all the stuff you shouldn't be doing, and also knowing that you shouldn't be doing it. Does that make any sense? Unless it's flipping off Nia Jax. So, unfortunately, a lot of people are leaving the WWE. Ricochet got his WWE.com page updated. He's an alumni right now, which basically means that he's no longer an active WWE superstar. With all the rumors of him joining AEW, leaving the WWE, it seems like it's confirmed. He's no longer in the WWE, probably not even under a contract anymore, which is really, really unfortunate. Now, when it comes to Ricochet, great talent, absolutely loved him, one of a kind, but it was so obvious that he just didn't want to be in the WWE anymore, and understandably so. He was never that good on the microphone, but I also believe that WWE didn't do the best job with Ricochet because he was just a blast to watch on television, and unfortunately WWE just couldn't find a better way to use him. Now, even though Ricochet is believed to be on his way to AEW after his WWE contract expired, Fightful reports his fiancée Samantha is expected to continue with WWE. Nice. She's unbelievable. You get goosebumps when she introduces somebody to the ring. What made me realize she's one of the greatest WWE announcers of all time is WrestleMania. Her announcing Cody's victory, getting emotional, made the moment even more special than it already was. Funny enough, that's also a reason why some people actually don't like her. You know, and to these people I gotta say, get your life, get laid, and move on. I don't know. Look, I'm exaggerating, I know. All I'm trying to tell you is that I like when wrestling is a bit more loose. I love it. I love when WWE allow people to just show emotion. Love that shit. Also, Kayla Braxton is leaving the WWE. She also got to share the special moment with Cody. She was also so good, so that's also really, really unfortunate because I really like these. Again, I like WWE being loose, not just these scripted personalities that sound sometimes kind of like robots. Like robots. And she had a personality. Her rivalry with Paul Heyman was so entertaining. The best backstage personality we had is still Renee Young, in my opinion, and she was the closest thing to Renee in my opinion, so that's really unfortunate. Also, Dijak got released, which is so weird. He got drafted to Raw, and apparently he was told, well, you're no longer working here. Again, why? You know, and he talked about how this whole WWE is a family thing is all fake, it's bullshit, which we kinda knew long ass time ago, let's be honest right here. And that's what I don't understand. The man got over, then got a terrible gimmick, career ending, and you're walking around looking like a sex toy, you're basically doomed. Oh my god. You know, how can I take somebody seriously? Just a couple of months ago, he walked like a dildo. Well, they changed up his character, he got over again, people were excited, he was so over on social media, and now he's gone again. I don't understand these kind of decisions. Maybe something is going on that I'm not aware of. We are not aware of. I don't know, but it's nothing new with the WWE, and these kind of things just piss me off, and always the worst part of the WWE in my opinion, right? Let's talk about Rhea Ripley. Fightful knows that there are creative ideas in place for Rhea Ripley where she can slot right into ongoing television stories, even if she isn't wrestling, so her return could come sooner rather than later. I don't know how I feel about that. Depends on how long is it going to take for her to get active in the ring, because let's be fair, like, she returns, she has to beat the shit out of Liv Morgan. Like, that's the Rhea Ripley we know. She can't just be all emotional, oh my dum-dum. She needs to beat the shit out of Liv. As a matter of fact, she needs to beat the shit out of Dom. So I don't know about that, just save it. She needs to get physical. This needs to be as good as it could be. And this storyline is still entertaining, people are still talking about it, it's still going viral. No need to rush anything, really. Last week we talked about how AEW got the lowest rated episode of Dynamite of all time, which is definitely concerning, but this response... okay. Let's talk about that response. So, Warner Bros. Discovery sources stressed to Justin Barrasso that they were not concerned with one low rating, which is fair enough, and believe this week's Dynamite will jump considerably, especially with the Big Bang Theory returning to its familiar spot as the lead. And so, if you guys don't understand, before Dynamite, people get to torture themselves with Big Bang Theory. I'm sorry. Not good. I know it helps the ratings, I get that, but I don't get this thought process. Oh, we're gonna jump back in because people who don't give a shit about wrestling will happen to see AEW Dynamite just because they watch the other show they like. Which is not a good show. You don't want these kind of fans. You don't want these kind of fans. Anyway, but seriously, it's like me hoping that more people will watch my content because they watched another YouTuber and YouTube auto-plays my video next. Like people didn't choose to watch my shit. With all that being said, they're still doing fine. I don't want people thinking I'm this AEW hater. It's stupid. It's stupid. Watch what you like, people. Watch what you like. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Jacob Fatu is great. I love the presentation. I like the way he moves. I like everything about the dude. So much aura. You guys know WWE's guilty pleasure. Changing names. This week's Wrestling Observer newsletter says, Caesar Sikoa was the first idea for Jacob Fatu's name in WWE, but they ultimately decided not to use it for him. WWE does own the name and could potentially give it to another wrestler. Don't do that, by the way. No. Well, not the worst name I've seen, but why? Why? Why call him Sikoa? We already have one. I know he's not like a globally known name, but us fans, like hardcore wrestling fans, we know who this guy is, and it's a great name. It works for him. Why bother? And I really hope that Triple H was the one who said, we don't need that shit. Fuck that. I really hope that's the case. Now, obviously, whenever we complain about a WWE name changing, we always get used to it. Like Walter Gunter, right? Hated it at first. Kinda like it better now, to be honest. But all is good. He didn't change the name. We won. Lastly, I want to talk about the pay-per-views. All future SummerSlam events will likely be held over 2 nights like WrestleMania, says Fightful Select. And it's possible they adopt that for Royal Rumble someday too, because as you guys probably heard, WWE are treating WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Royal Rumble. Why did it took me that long? As like the biggest WWE pay-per-views of the year. No mention of Survivor Series anymore, which is kinda weird, but honestly, I know people always get pissed off about this. So too much wrestling? Well, that's kind of the response. If I would have to watch a 7-hour WWE pay-per-view, I would probably be dead, first of all, because it starts at 3 a.m., you know, but also, I know you get tired. I understand. That's something I definitely agree with, but 2 nights is like the solution, and it's great. At the end of the day, people, like, I love professional wrestling, and if I get to watch WrestleMania, and I get to watch WrestleMania tomorrow again, that sounds great! Why would I complain about that? I get to watch a big WWE event twice. More wrestlers get to be on the show. That's a win-win. And Royal Rumble, love it. SummerSlam, great. That's like the second WrestleMania. So I don't see why would people really complain about that. At the end of the day, if it's a good show, it's a good show. You will definitely have the option to complain if, you know, it's gonna suck ass. So, we'll see. And people, that's all the nudes I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for supporting the series. Love ya. Appreciate ya. The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.